Hey everybody, I'm Paul Ramsey, and I'm joined by Suzi Nance, who is giving a 1-hour seminar at the 2017 NGH convention titled Balancing Two Professions. It's going to be on August 12th at noon, and this is my first time hanging out with Suzi. So first of all, Suzi, hi.
Hi, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm great, and thank you so much for doing this.
Oh, you're welcome. Hey, seriously, we've never met, so I want to learn about you. How did you get into
Okay,
hypnotism?
okay, short story long, long story
What
short.
else? Well, let's go with
Okay,
maybe shorter story.
okay, quick. As Steve Jobs says, connecting the dots. Um, Back in the very beginning of, I wanted to be a social worker. I wanted to be a therapist. Life had other plans and um, didn't end up happening. I ended up taking over a real estate firm that's been in my family 60 years, about 25 years ago, but always loved that sort of therapeutic component and started a very small life coach practice. But
Yeah.
because real estate was so busy, I couldn't devote much time to it. But I loved it. And I've always been passionate about human development. I've always believed that we can live the life that we want and love helping people. And on that path of reading, learning everything I could, I sort of tripped on hypnosis. And even though I had been hypnotized myself a couple times, really when I started reading and learning and watching anything I could on YouTube, I started practicing. Anybody that would let me. I'm like, I'm kind of messing around with this hypnosis. What do you want to work on? And all of a sudden, I started seeing amazing results after a couple of years of this. So I thought, okay, there's something here. I have to get certified. So I got certified, and a matter of months later, a reporter that I know in town, we were chatting, and he said, so what's new? And I said, I'm a hypnotherapist. And he's like, oh my God, Suzi Nance, councilwoman, business owner, a hypnotherapist. He said, there's a story there.
Yeah.
So I said, okay, great. So it
Yeah.
ended up being weekend edition, half of the front page, and boom, instant practice. So this is where my seminar comes from. All of a sudden, who am I? I'm in a cocktail party and someone says, oh, what do you do? Am I Suzi Nance, owner of Capital Realty, or am I a hypnotherapist? And
Right.
real estate is a great profession. I've met wonderful friends. I've loved it. I mean, I'm in Newport, Rhode Island. It's very lucrative.
Yeah.
Hypnosis is my passion. So I had to really figure out how to make them both work. And I think a lot of people that get into hypnosis, and now I'm a certified instructor, so it's the same thing. People are coming from another profession and putting this on top. In the very beginning, it's like, don't quit your day job. So how do you do it? How do you make them both work? And I think I've sort of figured it out. So that's what I
Nice.
want to share.
That's awesome. That's so great. You know, it's funny. This project of doing these interviews has helped me meet so many practitioners that I haven't met before, and so I'm thinking already about, like, I did an interview with Ulrika, and she's in Germany, and she has a hair salon and a hypnosis practice. And we were talking about how cool that is because of the traffic that it brings to her, and how she's connected people wanting to look and feel more beautiful with the hypnosis of doing that on the inside as well. You know, there are these great
Right.
ways, I think, to marry professions that you might not think at all should be connected at all. And it's really cool. So I'm glad you're doing this. It's neat.
It's
Oh,
very cool.
how, when
Yeah.
you think about not just the sort of the topic, but what you're actually going to give and teach people in the session, in the seminar, where's the value in people coming and spending that hour with you? How do you think it's going to really help them go back and be better, either as a practitioner or more successful as a business person?
Because I am giving them actual tools that um, that have worked for me, that I've had to create. How not just yes, you can do it, and all sort of pie in the sky, and sort of the emotional sort of part of it is, how do I balance these two things in my brain? But literally, how to balance them in your life, how to schedule your day, how to marry the two. I mean, the biggest thing, like I said a minute ago, was how do I identify myself? I mean, that was huge for
Yeah.
me in the beginning, because I wanted people to know that I was doing this, but I also didn't want people to think, oh, is she not doing real estate now? Is that not important to her? Because it's very important.
Right.
Um, so I mean, the best thing that I can say, and I think everybody, going by the comments on the people that took it last time, is they just felt like there's a lot of meat in it.
Yeah.
Really, how to schedule, how to do sort of two things at once. And I mean, to you, you're actually very technical on everything you do, I'm guessing. But some really good systems that are out there that can help you sort of balance the two of them, is taking advantage of a lot of technology that helps you do it.
Right. So we're not just to kind of clarify and reiterate for people, we're not just talking about a philosophical discussion about balancing your two professions ideologically or philosophically. You're talking about like real tactics and strategies for how to balance your work.
I really wish I had said that, because that was brilliant the way you just put
That's
that.
one of my things. I hear that's what you're saying, and I want to make sure I help you re-communicate it to people. I mean, there's
Totally did.
tremendous value in that. There's tremendous value in that.
So listen to what Paul said, back to what I said.
So all I want you to do now, I want you to, if you can, I want you to go back into your memories. You've already started doing this, but I want you to tell me one story, if you can, where you started to really figure this out, and how you had like a light bulb moment or something where you really started to figure it out and did something well or learned something important, and it really catapulted you forward to the next level of success in your life. You know, when it comes to balancing these professions, how did you, I mean, overall, I would think it would be a sort of learning process, but there are these places where we leap, you know, like, give me one example of something that you learned or you realized.
Do you mean in what? In putting the two professions together, in hypnosis,
Yeah,
in
either
what?
one. Just, I think it's always nice to provide a concrete example to the people who are thinking about joining you for this hour, of like the kinds of things that you learned that you can help them learn, you know?
Okay, as far as balancing the two professions, is there's someone I know who is brilliant and amazingly successful and has a lot of different businesses. And I don't know him all that well, but I called him and said, will you have lunch with me?
See?
And
Yeah.
I said things. I mean, it's not like when in my classes, in my hypnosis classes, very often I have therapists taking it, massage therapists, nurses, kind of between that and hypnosis. Real estate in Newport, Rhode Island, and hypnosis are really different ends of the spectrum.
Sure.
Are you with? Okay, you froze for a minute. I didn't know if you
Yeah,
were
we
me.
froze up a little bit there. So you were talking about how you've networked with a lot of different people in different professions.
No, no, no. This was, oh, I do. I mean, that's,
Yeah.
but no, no, what I was saying is, this one person I sat down with and
Okay.
said, how do I do this? How do I marry it? And he gave me some just really good strategies.
Oh, okay.
And that's what, and I've honed them to make them work a little better. And through doing my hypnosis courses, working with all of my students on how they can do it, I've just come up with a really good plan that has helped me. And I think it can help a lot of people that are balancing two professions doing this.
Good. Good. All right. Suzi, if people want to learn more about you and what you do, what's a good way for them to do that?
they can go to either suzinance.com, SUZINANCE.com, or Newport Center for Hypnotherapy.com.
Okay. All right. That's great. So just to recap, you guys, balancing two professions, how to take them both from surviving to thriving with Suzi Nance. And that is on August 12th in the noon time slot. Suzi, thank you so much for making time for me.
Great, thank you. And I look forward to meeting you at the convention. This
All
is
right, we'll see
great.
you there. Take care.
All right. Okay, bye.
Bye-bye.